What are the most successful albums of the 1980s? At the end of the 70s, the total top 5 since 1949 in the right panel look like this. We have the Beatles in the 2 top positions, then the Bee Gees, Pink Floyd and Fleetwood Mac. And how do these total top 5 change in the course of the 80s, including the albums that were released then? In 1980, we have AC/DC at the top, Back in Black, but it doesn't make the total top 5. And you see the other names. John Lennon is there, Barbra Streisand, Bruce Springsteen and Billy Joel. In 1981, the Stones make the top, Tattoo You. We have Queen, The Police, Phil Collins, Foreigner, but the total top 5 in the right panel don't change. But look at the year 1982. This is when Michael Jackson released Thriller, and it turns out to be the second most successful album in album chart history. So it gets to number 2 in the total top 5. In 1983, we have The Police, Lionel Richie, Culture Club, David Bowie and Pink Floyd with Final Cut, but the total top 5 don't change anymore. In 1984, we see Bruce Springsteen at the top, Born in the USA. It's the second most successful in the album of the 80s at that stage, but doesn't make the total top 5. In 1985, we have the Dire Straits, Whitney Houston, Phil Collins, Bryan Adams, Tears for Fears, but the total top 5 don't change anymore. And in 1986, Paul Simon gets to the top, Bon Jovi, Madonna, Peter Gabriel, the Beastie Boys. The total top 5 remain unchanged. But now look at 1987. This is the year when U2 released the Joshua Tree. And this was a huge success. The second most successful album of the 1980s, behind Michael Jackson's Thriller. And it does make the total top 5 at number 4. So Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon is dropped out of the top 5 in favor of U2's The Joshua Tree. 1988, we have U2 again, Rattle and Hum, then Tracy Chapman, Bon Jovi, INXS, Traveling Wilburys. But the total top 5 don't change. And finally, for the 80s, the year 1989, we have Phil Collins at the top, Madonna, Fine Young Cannibals, Prince and Janet Jackson. The total top 5 stay as they were before. So we have 2 albums of the 1980s that make the total top 5. Michael Jackson's Thriller at number 2 and U2's Joshua Tree at number 4.